the newspapers today knows that yesterday the corruption index survey in the country was done. There are some counties who have been put at the top of the index. I want to report here that among the counties where you are least expecting to be asked for a bribe, Nyeri is one of them. Give yourselves a clap. I will zero down to the departments later because I know where the hata hawa wanatuharibia jina najua wako wapi. But can you congratulate your neighbor and say asante sana? Thank you. You may be seated. Good. Very well. That cuts. Go look at page 11 of the Daily Nation. I don't know which page of the Standard. And because wakati kama tungewekwa, if they had said we were corrupt, tungepigwa na kila mtu. It is also good for us to celebrate, to know that we are doing what we should. So now our deputy governor and the future governor, who is anticipating to be, you know, these people can get you votes. Handle them well. Kila mtu akiamka ako na bibi na watoto. Na akiendelea hivyo, by the end of the day they have an entire family. But the deputy governor, thank you very much, our majority leader and the team of assembly members, including the one who wanted to be a priest but became a father, akina Wahinya na mzee wa kazi anasema ni gani hiyo wanasema. May I also recognize the CECs present, our staff, chairman of our 5 water companies, and the CEOs, and I am sure there is a board member. We also have my municipal board. They are here. I don't know where the public service board is. They are doing interviews. Oh, they are doing interviews, and I think I've almost recognized everybody. Hata kwa upande huu. Wapi Kimani? Yeah. You know, when I came to this county, you are the only smart officer. When I joined this county, sasa angalia vile watu wamebadilika. Just etagaruko uone. Kimani is the only man who used to wear a tie when I came here. He used to look very smart. Ayage macho mokaga kodo gethakaini uguo maana. But you can see what we look now, isn't it? Huh? Thank you, Kimani. I noted that even from day one. The rest of us, agekuringireria tai ne thina mutheri, eh? Kangethe yako hapa? Wapi Kangethe? Kangethe yako wapi tena? Kwani ameenda retire? Eh? Oh, he has an issue in Madeira. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here because we have continued to track our performance. I was wondering, Dr. Mwamwea, why you have not, I'm not signing contracts with my advisors. Because I see one here, I see another political one there, iko ingine, and wapi Beatrice? Sijui aliyet. On a short leave. I don't even know. Why did I even sign a contract with you? Because unaweza kuwa padre, yeye usema tutoe na hatoi. Ama hamjaona? Kama mlimuona father akiruta kido. Au gane hende yake. Agacoka akaringithia rwimbo. No wethere Kenya ona nguo mamekaga sure ndere mihuko. May I also recognize Gabriel, Bishop? Thank you very much. Your sermon was articulate, it was specific, and it was for the day. And I think everyone and that is why the Bible is the best book to read, because it can address all our issues, including performance. Mundu wa kuribaribo ni mwa elda wa idini ogerera. Mundu akakuruta wira riba. So allow me to read the speech and say, Deputy Governor, the Leader of Majority and honorable members of the County Assembly, all my staff, all represented distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to thank all of you for finding time to attend this important event of signing the annual performance contract for the financial year 25-26. Unlike the previous years, today's event is unique, as both the county departments and our 5 water service provider companies have signed the performance contracts. So Munyi and your team, I know the key thing here, water companies. The elephant in the room, NRW, non-revenue water. Simple. Kimodo, Dagetari. You know, I appointed you and your chair to assist to Arwongo. And I don't even need to refer to you, to call you. I know you can perform. Sukumeni hii kampuni. Ata Tewasco. Mutideke Tewasco ginya wahinya anure. Todwa hejetio ne Tewasco uyu. Mena mundu ungi na ale ogwetwo Saba. Saba na Sebastian. Ana mundu ogwetwo uria. Stano. So you have to do something, isn't it? Push this company. And you know, success, believe you me, ladies and gentlemen, is never, ever an event. It is a process that is planned, schemed for, until you get the results. And you don't need to go to Kilifi. You don't even need to leave this country. Just go to Nyawasco. Ask them this hard questions. How do you achieve? We all understand the other issues around funding and financing. We will ask the MCS to also help. When they get some little money, they can put the little we give them. They help you at, reticulate some water, change some of the, like now, if you don't work closely with MCS, how will they know your problems? Kirugari diago na bere kunegana na guku kagogo akiwa mutira atora, but you'd never involve him. So invite them, talk to them. They are human beings. Na njira mwe muno njega ya kumuteithia ni ati ugikorwo ni urandika andu aku gucimba mitaro, mundu uri ugikorwo agiguteithia kurehe andu aria fair na moikaine ni MCA ta ikarai thi no akwe ukamwetia omwe ukamwira ati tarehe omwe nigetha tuone uria wira urutikaga wira uyu wathie na mbere tuko pamoja. So we will now next year, Kahodho and your team, that one is going to be key. Hata mkienda kupimwa huko na ile vitu mnaitaka sijui nini waspas, hiyo huko mnafanya ni one of us. You have a now contract. I also want it to be cascaded down there. Don't let go to senior management. Let even the person who is reading the meters have a performance contract. Dr. Wamwea is available. He will assist all. Very soon I'm going to create a position of chief officer in that department, because that is how seriously I consider we have every one of us is able to move. And you see at the end of it, people fear, but look at where we are as a county. Is that okay? Very well. Now, this is a clear demonstration on how our county has fully transformed in engaging Wananchi in the service delivery. Therefore, as a county, we have made major strides by ensuring that all our employees are placed on annual performance management and measurement from top leaders. While I'm being my PCS with Raya, everybody else here, your performance contract is with us. and we are able to track. And because wananchi wako on my case, wako on the case of the majority and the MCAs, ours is just to push you. When I'm very happy when I hear them calling you to the assembly, because also taking care of their, because they are under pressure. Tuko pamoja. Performance contracting process. We are celebrating the 5th cycle of achievement. As I have said, we have witnessed jointly the signing of departments, contracts, and water service provider companies. I believe this is the first. Ladies and gentlemen, let me reiterate once again the famous quotation which Caro has spent times quoting on: what gets measured gets done, and Thomas Monson quotation: what gets measured and reported in data, performance improves exponentially. The great strides we have made as a county is by ensuring continuous monitoring and reporting as stipulated in the performance contracting guidelines. I'm happy to state that this success in the county is attributed by inculcating a transformed working culture by all the staff. Ladies and gentlemen, on the theme this year, our theme this year is to improve efficiency in the service delivery and introduce cost-cutting culture in the service delivery. You understand why. We have been clamoring for more money, less money is coming. If you look at what was added this year, it is not even enough to meet our statutory deductions, non-discretionary deductions. For example, SHA, I don't know what percentage we are supposed to pay. You know, you look at what we get vis-a-vis what we have, we are expected to pay. Look at even issues around, annual increments of salaries. We even have what we call already stipulated promotions, not even on merit, but those ones that are must, so we realize that the little money we are getting does not push us where we would want to go. But everybody will hype and say, oh, yeah, counties have now been given 400 and I don't know what billions, but nobody is talking about the cost of living. If 3 years, ladies and gentlemen, 3 years ago, we were buying fuel at how much box per liter? 110. Today it is how much? 187. So look at that in terms of, consumption of our revenue. The rise is almost by 70, 60%. But where are we? We are stuck at the same place. And so we as a county must also start asking ourselves, how do we bridge the gap? And even the companies themselves must ask themselves this question. How do you bridge that gap? Because life and the cost of life, of living, inflation and everything else is shooting up. But the amounts of money we are collecting is less. And therefore I will ask at this point that I don't know whether the valuation, I'm talking to lands. Can James help us? If that role is approved at that level, we are able to now, we have put in cutting, vetting, you're calling it the what? The rate. Yes, we have reduced the rate to 0.2 to help our people pay more, because some of them are really very high. $45,000 a year. Nobody is going to walk into our 5. And we are a political government, we cannot sell that land, even if we threaten. So the best thing is, we would rather look at what is reasonable, bring it down. Like now we have done that and it's brought the figures to 10,000. Somebody can walk in and pay 10,000, and that will go for every other piece of land around. So that it's pointless to be loading on our systems debts that will never be paid. And then we give values that cannot be achieved. And so we look at it and we will ask the assembly to fast track that one so that we are able now, in our this financial year, see if we can hit 2 billion This year we were only at 1.7 billion, but we were assisted by the health fund. So we needed to push it to 2 billion. The same translates into more projects for us. Now, how are we going to look at cost cutting? First and foremost, we are going to introduce fuel cards. All departments are required to introduce fuel cards to all county pool vehicles. This should be done before 30th of August, 2025. We are no longer going to drive in and drive out. Let us use the card. And these cards, I believe, must be specific. One card fueling one vehicle. Not Chiundudo. Load the money, you know how you do that, so that you're able to track. You know, such small things are where we lose money. We can't collect garbage because some dunderhead went to drink. Mpaka unajiuliza, gari inanuka namna hiyo unaweza weka kwa bagani. Na anaingia kukunywa, sasa mpaka unajiuliza. So we must look at that. Now, this will bring cost savings measures. I mean, it will bring cost savings measures and efficiency in the fuel consumption. That and the research findings observed that a positive correlation between work environment and employee productivity. I was talking that to the water companies the other day. But it's like you have someone perform, but you are not equipping them. Even this Bishop will even as they await inspiration from heaven, they have to go to school so that they are able to extrapolate the word. They are able, but some will tell you that it is a revelation from God. Fine, but the revelation must also come with, you understand, and even for ourselves. And this one now goes directly to the county secretary and the public service. You must identify outdated by the end of today. You must keep